Live from Tiger Hollow on the campus of Ridgefield High School, it's Varsity Boys Lacrosse on the DAF Media Network. This afternoon, it's the Darien Blue Wave on the road against the Ridgefield Tigers. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Damian Andrew with you. Joining me is Kevin Seiler, Darien class of 2013. Colby, graduate as well. Kevin's third time working for the DAF Media Network. And Kev, this is a rivalry game in the FCIAC. Two of the premier programs in the state of Connecticut, certainly two of the top teams in the FCIAC. A good, healthy rivalry, a rivalry that you partook in when you played for the Darien Blue Wave, and it's perfect lacrosse weather.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for having me back. I'm really excited to see this go down. Two long-standing rivals within the FCIAC, both very talented teams, so should be a great game of lacrosse.
And this is a Blue Wave team that comes into this one 14-0, 10-0 in the FCIAC. And Ridgefield is 9-3 overall, 9-1 in the FCIAC. And we are just about ready to go here. Tanner Strube and Chris D'Antrone facing off, and Darien wins possession. So the Blue Wave go to offense for the first time this afternoon. I want to thank everybody for joining us on a rainy, gloomy day in the area. And the Blue Wave in the dark jerseys, moving from left to right on your screen. Ridgefield in the white jerseys, moving from right to left. Had the chance to exchange some emails with Ridgefield head coach Roy Colsey, who's been the head coach of the Tigers since 2009. He says this is a game his team always gets up for. He looks at Darien as being the standard in not only the FCIAC, but the entire Northeast. And the Blue Wave strike first as Jack Joyce puts one in the back of the net. He beats Daniel Parson, the junior goalie from Ridgefield, and the Blue Wave strike first. They go up 1-0.
Yeah, it's a great shot there by Jack Joyce, off stick, low. You saw Darien work the ball around, get settled, so playing very controlled right now.
Strube and D'Antrone back at face-off X. Coach Colsey said it's imperative that we win some possessions in this game.
Absolutely.
Ball's on the ground, and it's scooped up by Blake Somi. Gets it to Strube, who loses control of it. Hudson Picorni gains control of it, and Darien goes back to work on offense. Logan McGovern behind the cage. Swings it to the far side of the field to Hudson Picorni. Here's Joyce up top. 1-0 Darien in the early going here from Tiger Hollow, and an absolutely beautiful facility here in Ridgefield. One of the top facilities in not only the FCIAC, but the entire state of Connecticut. I want to thank Dane Street, the Ridgefield AD, for allowing us to live stream this game from the press box here. We are nice and cozy up top, and here's Hudson Picorni as Ridgefield turns it over, and Darien with possession. Minikis. Here's Joyce on the far side of the field. Gets it to Henry Feifel up top.
And again, like Coach Colsley was saying, possession is going to be the name of the game today, and Darien's done a good job in the first part of this game, keeping the ball in their end of the field.
Kev, the last time we were together was last Saturday, a game against Greenwich, in which the Cardinals, who have struggled at times this season, came out very strong against the Blue Wave. In fact, they led 6-2 at halftime.
Yeah, it seemed like, to the surprise of many people, the Cardinals were up 6-2 at half. And again, Coach Lutz and his team did a great job of keeping the ball in their end of the field for a majority of that first half. So Ridgefield, I'm sure, is going to try and replicate a very similar strategy today. I know on the defensive end, they've liked to utilize kind of a zone read for a while now. So we'll see what they can do on the offensive end here.
John Mathis with the ball, gets it to Noah Gels. And out to Weston Carpenter. Back to Gels, near side of the field. Darien went on to score 11 unanswered goals in the second half of that game last week against Greenwich to win it 13-6. Low shot, and it will stay with Ridgefield. Carpenter shoots.
That's a nice shot.
He scores. The bounce shot is true for Ridgefield, and we are tied at 1. What'd you see on that play, Kev?
Yeah, it's just a nice job. It's kind of similar to what Darien did on their end of the field. Takes the ball from up top. Great shot, bounce stick, off stick.
And
yeah, it's just well done.
And he's able to get it past Sean Collins, the Darien senior goalie, who has had a terrific season. His first year, as we've mentioned many times in the past, his first year as the varsity starter. He is a senior. Strube and D'Antrone at face-off X, and it's won by Strube. Quick shot by Minikis. Nice stop that time by Daniel Parson, the junior goalie who is committed to play at Bucknell. He is the real deal, one of the top goalies in the Northeast. Here's McGovern at X. Twirls in the air and gets a shot off. Goes across the end line, stays with the Blue Wave. Picorni. Picorni being guarded by Jack Dowd that time. Dowd doing a nice job on the junior attack. Junior midfielder, I should say, Hudson Picorni. No, I was right the first time. Junior attack.
Yeah, and you'll see Ridgefield really isn't, pressing out that much on defense. I think they're trying to let the plays come to them, force Darien to make something happen. But it's always difficult to stop them. You have that kind of dynamic duo with Brian Minikis and Logan McGovern, which I think Coach Colsley was talking about a little bit before the game. Two of the best offensive players in the state, if not the country. So,
and a nice stop that time by Parson. Here comes Ridgefield going the other way across midfield. Reed Kagan with the ball. This is Dawson Muller in the corner. Back out to Raymond Dirth, the sophomore midfielder. So both teams still feeling each other out right now, and that is a goal. As I say that, James Isaacson beats Collins. The nice look here in front, left-handed shot, and gets it past Collins.
It's just some great off-ball movement. You saw there that the Darien defenders got kind of tangled up trying to make a switch on defense, and was able to get the backdoor cut, take advantage of it. It's a nice finish.
Great work by our crew.
Assist by number 4, John Bounce.
We are back at face-off X, D'Antrone and Strube. And this will be Darien possession. Here's Blake Somey with the ball, the senior, headed to Tufts. Somey on the run right side. I don't know how he got that shot off.
Yeah, it looks like he just took the ball from up top, a little bit of a bull dodge, powered his way through, was able to get it through the 5-hole there.
Kulick did a nice job, the senior midfielder from Ridgefield, guarding Somey.
Yeah, and it just looks like there may have been a misslide there on Ridgefield's part. A lot of those guys were tied up a little bit tight in front of the crease. No one really came out to play Somey.
Just a typical Ridgefield Darien start. Tied at 2. Since 2008, these two have met 5 times in the FCIAC finals, so well familiar with each other. And here come the Tigers. As they look to get it across midfield, they do. Weston Carpenter over to John Mathis on the far side of the field, number 4. Being hounded by Tyler Strube. And that will stay with Ridgefield. I want to thank everybody again for watching us on the DAF Media Network. Perfect day to do so. Not a very nice day out, as you can see. Very overcast. We had plenty of rain already today. Supposed to get more later this afternoon. John Mathis with the ball. Ridgefield looking for a crack in that Darien defense. And a big shot that time by Raymond Dirth, the sophomore midi.
Yeah, again, that's just a nice shot. Bounce shot low.
And Ridgefield has come ready to play one of the top teams in the country. Darien ranked 2nd.
Yeah, and I think what you're seeing right now is just both teams are definitely valuing their offensive possessions, taking their time. Definitely, a lot of good offense early in the game here. So we'll see what happens going forward if, one or the other can slow each other down.
Darien ranked 2nd in the latest Nike U.S. Lacrosse High School Boys National Poll. Here come the Blue Wave. And the quick shot, and it's good. As Strube scores here, had a lane, and he takes advantage.
Yeah, again, I mean, that face-off X is just going to be so important today for the success of both teams, especially, like Coach Colsey was saying, possession is going to be the name of the game today. So excited to see this matchup. Strube's been having a great year, so excited to see how Ridgefield's able to respond.
So Darien ball. Here's Jack Joyce. Joyce headed to the University of Pennsylvania, was the quarterback of the Darien football team in the fall. Gets it over to Minikis. Minikis, quick shot. Left-handed shot is over the crossbar, and Darien retains possession. Minikis had a huge game in that win over Greenwich. 5 goals, 4 assists. Bacorny shoots low, and it stays with Darien. So your early thoughts here with 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter, Kevin Seiler.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think there's a lot of good offense. Both teams, there hasn't been a lot of turnovers. I know Ridgefield had a couple early on, but really both teams are showing a lot of poise here in a really big game towards the latter half of the season. So let's see here. Oh, nice shot. A little bit wide.
Yeah, Darien will play Trinity Catholic next week on Tuesday, and then it's the FCIAC playoffs. Both of these teams certainly will be in the playoffs. They met last year in the FCIAC finals. Darien winning that, their 4th straight FCIAC championship, and that is a goal by Jack Joyce. He goes high. And as we take another look at this.
Yeah, and that's just a nice dodge by Jack Joyce down the side. Finish top left corner. Daniel Parson almost got a piece of that one.
You can tell why Parson is highly regarded. Roy Colsey calls him one of the best goalies in the Northeast.
Looks like we got a timeout by Ridgefield here.
So we've got a break in the action here. 4-3 Darien, 3:18 remaining. I want to thank everybody once again for joining us on the DAF Media Network on a gloomy, rainy day in southwestern Connecticut. I want to give a quick shout out to our entire DAF Media production crew. On camera 1, Anna Sapio. Camera 2, Luke Cini. Our directors are Ben Olson and Chris Eggs Benedict. Our executive producer is Brendan Ross. And it's Damian Andrew, joined by Kevin Seiler this afternoon. Pretty good crowd despite the weather here in Ridgefield. Both of these programs, obviously, Darien travels well. Ridgefield always comes out strong to support. Again, this is a Ridgefield team that's first in the FCIAC's West Division, 9-1 in conference. Darien first in the FCIAC's East Division, of course, undefeated, 10-0 in conference. Ridgefield coming off a 10-4 win over Trumbull. Taking a look at Ridgefield head coach Roy Colsey. He is Syracuse University lacrosse royalty. Won some national championships there, an All-American, and then a 4-time MLL All-Star. So he was a pro for a while, has been the head coach of Ridgefield since 2009, and inducted into the U.S. Lacrosse Hall of Fame back in 2012. As he said, that was quite the honor. Colsey, of course, played his high school lacrosse not too far from here at Yorktown as the Tigers score again to even it up. Number 43, Weston Carpenter, the junior midi, lets it rip from up top. And we have ourselves a tie game once again as we're going to take another look at Coach Colsey there on the sideline, fired up after that goal.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of finding some success with those low bounce shots on Collins today, so expect that to continue.
So here we are, D'Antrone, Strube facing off once again. And Strube comes away with it clean. Strube on the move, loses control, ball's on the ground, ball's in the air. And Ridgefield comes away with it. And here come the Tigers on the move. Looking to score quickly, and they do.
Great shot.
Reed
and it looks
Kagan.
like that was a delayed hit there. So that's going to be a minute penalty on Darien after the goal.
Nice look here to Reed Kagan, and then Kagan just lets it rip.
Yeah, again, that's just so important, especially when you're playing Darien, to take advantage of those opportunities. They did a great job of pushing it upfield, creating that fast break, and again, low bounce shot on Sean Collins, so something he might want to watch out for the remainder of the game.
So Ridgefield has regained the lead here, up 5-4 now, with under 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And we have got ourselves an offensive showdown, at least early on, between these two perennial powers. Andrew Darby comes away with it, brings it across midfield. And we're going to have a timeout.
It looks like Jeff Braymeyer called a timeout here, try and get his guys settled so they can kill out the remainder of the penalty.
Coach Braymeyer, none too happy with the way his team played in the first half last week against Greenwich. He as much as said so in some of his post-game comments to the assembled scribes. As we take a look at the Darien huddle, they just came out rather flat in that Ridgefield game, or in that Greenwich game rather, and Ridgefield came out fired up and went toe-to-toe with this juggernaut that has become Darien, and we're up 6-2 at the half. And whatever was said by Coach B at half certainly worked because they scored the 11 unanswered in the second half.
Yep, and it seems to have rubbed off a little bit today. Definitely a much stronger start for Darien against Ridgefield. You know, playing a little bit frantic in that first half against Greenwich. A lot of turnovers. But again, both teams showing some great poise in a really big game within the FCIAC conference.
And of course, Darien's 68-game win streak on the line this afternoon against a terrific program in Ridgefield. It's hard to believe they won 68 straight games.
I know, it's really incredible, and it almost makes it seem like every game is big for this Darien team when they're trying to maintain that streak.
This is a Ridgefield team that last won an FCIAC championship in 2009, and who did they beat? Darien. So Darien on offense here.
It looks like we got a flag down on Ridgefield too. Looks like that might have been a subbing violation. Again, Darien just killing out the remainder of this penalty. Brian Minikis in no rush. So all even now. And again, flag on the field for Ridgefield. So Darien's got a free opportunity here.
Brian Minikis from behind the cage. Here's Feifel over to McGovern. Picorni turns. Out to Joyce. And a great job here by this Ridgefield defense. You know, we talk so much about Coach Braymeyer and his prowess as a defensive mastermind. Coach Colsey preaches defense here at Ridgefield and has done a terrific job with the Tigers. But as both teams have shown this afternoon, they can score some goals as well.
Definitely, definitely. A lot of offense early, you know, in this first quarter.
Does that surprise you a little bit?
It does, yeah, it does surprise me. You know, it's a big game, and both teams came out really hot on the offensive end, so it's definitely makes for an exciting game. So, love to see it, but definitely a little bit surprising.
Well, and as you so aptly put last week, lacrosse, such a game of momentum and runs. It's 5-4 now. There's a chance we may not see another goal until the second half. You never know.
And then you also have the other, you know, the other side of the spectrum on that, where last week Darien goes on an 11-0 run, you know, throughout the game. So definitely interested to see how it plays out. And again, Darien, if they maintain possession through the end of this quarter, they'll get the ball to start of the second quarter. So if it looks like it was only a 30-second penalty, actually.
So we're back to even strength here. Joyce, or Somi rather, gets off the shot, and we've got a timeout here.
Looks like end of quarter, actually.
Oh, it is, end of quarter. My bad. Wasn't even looking at the clock. It is. That'll do it for the end of the first quarter. It's 5-4. Ridgefield up a goal here, and the Tigers ready to play the top team in the FCIAC. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. A busy day in the Darien community on this rainy day. First Holy Communion at St. Thomas More and St. John's Roman Catholic churches. Congratulations to all the communicants, including Jack Davey, nephew of our very own Bruce Ferguson, the director of DAF Media. So I want to give a shout out to Jack and all the communicants. Congratulations on your special day. And we are back to live action, about ready to start the second quarter here. Ridgefield up 5-4, an entertaining first quarter to say the least. 9 goals in all. And it's Christy Entrone and Tanner Strube at Face-Off X. Great ISO shot here by our very own Luke Cini on camera 2. And the second quarter is underway, and Ridgefield comes up with it. Ball's on the ground in front of the Ridgefield net. And here come the Tigers as James Kulik, the junior midi, comes away with it. And then he throws it away. Ball rolls across the end line. It'll be Darien possession. The Blue Wave in the dark jerseys on the road this afternoon, moving from right to left here in the second quarter. Ridgefield and the home whites moving from left to right. Here's Ryan Darby with the ball on the near side of the field. Gets it to Jack Joyce, and Darien sets up its offense. Here's Blake Somi. Somi on the run. big shot, rips it.
And again, nice dodge by Somi from up top. See him come down the right-hand wing and just bury one, bottom corner.
Driver of a white Jeep Wrangler parked in the fire lane. You are parked illegally and need to move. Thank you.
So we are tied at 5 as Darien scores first in the second quarter on the Somi goal. It's like a heavyweight fight out here. Back and forth, punch, counter punch. Ridgefield wins possession that time as Dientrone does a nice job.
That's a nice clean win.
Here's John Mathis in the corner. Ball's on the ground.
Yeah, and that's going to go back to Ridgefield. No.
Stays with Darien. Here's Hudson Picorni, or it goes to Darien, I should say. Minikis, the senior attack, loses a
yard
stick.
sale.
Well put, Kevin Seiler. Ball's on the ground near midfield.
It's a nice ground ball. See if Darien can put it back here.
Ground ball won by Andrew Darby. The defenseman headed to Michigan. Had the chance to talk with him about that the other day. Great institution he's going to. Said he was super excited to head to Michigan and play for the Wolverines. It's funny, Kevin, how this sport has just grown in the Midwest and on the left coast.
Yeah, I know. I think we were talking about that a little bit last week. You know, it's just incredible how much lacrosse has expanded in just really the last few years. And, again, how much that has kind of pushed the talent pool up to, you know, just increasingly better levels every year. You know, you're looking at a Darien team with 68 straight wins. That's, you know, for any program in almost any sport, that seems unheard of. So definitely incredibly impressive. I think Logan was in the crease.
Here comes Ridgefield going the other way. Raymond Dirth brings it across midfield, and the Tigers set up shop. Noah Gels with the ball, the junior midi. Weston Carpenter back over to John Mathis. John Mathis in the corner. Mathis, nice move. Gels being guarded by Joyce on the far side of the field. Tied at 5, under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. On an overcast day in Ridgefield, Connecticut. There's John Mathis, gets off his shot.
Deflected by Reed Kagan up front. Again, Ridgefield's doing a really good job here, maintaining a long possession, keeping the ball on their offensive end of the field.
Nice look and a great save by Sean Collins.
Had some good off-ball movement by Ridgefield and a really nice save by Sean Collins.
Weston Carpenter had a wide open look there, point blank. And Darien in transition scores as Brian Minikis puts the Blue Wave up 6-5 with 7:08 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, nice low to high finish from Brian Minikis. Obviously a threat from almost anywhere on the field. So great job in transition there by the Darien offense.
So it's 6-5 Blue Wave, 7:08 left in the half, and it's D'Antrone and Strub back at X. And D'Antrone, ball's on the ground. Looked like he had come up with it. Whistle. And we're going to have a hold here. And it'll be Darien possession. You know, we talked about that at the outset of the broadcast. Possession. And D'Antrone has certainly held his own against Strub this afternoon and has won his fair share of faceoffs. Shot wide of the far post. Here's Picorni in front, and a nice stop.
Great save.
Daniel Parson, the junior goalie for Ridgefield.
Logan McGovern with a nice ride. Giving him a hard time. Yep, that's a good timeout by Coach Colsey.
So Colsey calls the timeout. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be back here on the DAF Media Network. We are back live on the DAF Media Network. Darien and Ridgefield engaged in a really competitive varsity boys lacrosse game this afternoon. Dreary day here in Ridgefield. Thanks so much for joining us on the DAF Media Network. 6-5 Blue Wave in front, but this one has been back and forth in case you're just joining us. Damian Andrew alongside Kevin Seiler. And our DAF Media production crew doing a terrific job bringing you instant replay, bringing you the different angles and views of this game. And Ridgefield on offense right now in the home whites. Darien on a 68-game win streak, as we alluded to in the first quarter. Big possession, Kevin, right, for Ridgefield here. Time winding down here in the first half. We got about 5 minutes left. Ridgefield down a goal.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, game of momentum. So in the latter half, of this second quarter, you don't want to go into halftime with, a large deficit, down by 1 goal, have a chance to tie it up here. Big opportunity.
And we are under 5 minutes remaining now in the first half. And the bounce shot is wide of the near post by Weston Carpenter, the junior midi from Ridgefield.
Yeah, and he's liked that shot today. He's had a couple good takes from that position.
There's Weston Carpenter, near side of the field. Nice job by Charlie Olson on defense of Carpenter. And the left-handed shot rolls across the end line. It stays with Ridgefield. John Mathis the shot there. And a flag is down, and the ball is on the turf.
So it looks like that's going to be a 30-second penalty.
So it'll be a 30-second penalty on the Blue Wave. Big opportunity here for Ridgefield. Man-up situation. And here come the Tigers on the attack. Ball's on the ground near the 30-yard line. And it's picked up by Darby.
That's a great ground ball.
Andrew Darby. Here's Picorni on the run in the
shot.
back of the net, up high, beats Parson, and Darien has a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, so again, great ground ball by Andrew Darby. Was able to push it upfield to Hudson Picorni with, great finish. And again, talking about momentum, if you're Ridgefield, that's not something you want to see at the back end of the second quarter, going into halftime. That was a big opportunity on the man up, and, kind of gave Darien a freebie there.
So it's a 2-goal lead for the Blue Wave here late in the first half. And again, want to give a shout out to our entire DAF media production crew. Anna Sapio on camera 1. Luke Cini on camera 2. Our director is Ben Olson. Instant replay is Chris Eggs Benedict, and our executive producer, Brendan Ross, doing a terrific job bringing you the sights and sounds of this one. Here's Minikis behind the cage.
Looks like Darien's just going to spread out here, possess the ball for a little bit.
Run some clock. A much more spirited effort here this Saturday for Darien as opposed to last Saturday when they played Greenwich.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, Ridgefield came out swinging, so they rose to the occasion. It's a big game for them. That's a nice shot there, but
wide
again,
at the near post.
Latter part of the season, this is very important for both teams' momentum going into the FCIAC playoffs, state playoffs. So we'll see Darien's just going to try and maintain possession here for a little longer.
We've talked about the success of Darien through the years. This Ridgefield program has been to 5 state championship games as they look to clear here. They've been to 5 state championship games. They beat Fairfield Prep to win the 2011 Class L state title 11-10. I remember that game, terrific game. Ball's on the turf. Who wants it? And it's scooped up by Darien. And that'll be a timeout as Coach Braymeyer calls the quick TO, a heads-up play by Coach B.
Definitely.
And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on the DAF Media Network. We are back live on the DAF Media Network as we take a look at Darien head coach Jeff Braymeyer with the rain gear on as his team breaks the huddle, and we're about to resume play here. 2:10 remaining in the first half. Blue Wave up 2 goals as Ridgefield turns it over with a man advantage, and Darien goes down and scores.
Yeah, again, momentum. And you look at Darien's now going to have an opportunity to go up 3 goals at the end of this half. So those plays, you know, can really come back to bite you later in the game.
So here we go. We are back live. Jack Joyce with the ball. Swings it over to Henry Feifel, and here's Brian Minikis. Oh, nice move, goes low. Can't quite get it to go. That is the athleticism that Minikis possesses. Great move that time.
Absolutely, yeah, great split dodge. He's so quick. It's hard to keep track of him out there.
The pass in front to Picorni. He loses it, rolls across the end line. It will stay Darien ball. Brian Minikis and Logan McGovern, the dynamic duo, as Coach Roy Colsey of Ridgefield called the two of them. He said, we have got to find a way to contain those two. And that is always easier said than done.
It was, yeah, looks like hold on Brian Minikis. So 30-second penalty for Ridgefield coming up.
So Darien will be on a man advantage here. So the flag was down, and Darien will be on a man advantage here with 1:17 remaining in the first half. Big shot, defended well.
Oh, great hustle
by Noah Isaacson, number 17 of Ridgefield. He blocked that shot.
Yeah, ate the shot, was able to get up, chase down the ball out of bounds. So possession Ridgefield. So similar to Ridgefield, Darien not able to capitalize on the man-up opportunity there with a turnover.
So Ridgefield with a chance here, under 30 seconds remaining in the half, down 2 goals, a chance to get it to within 1 and feel good about themselves heading into the halftime break.
Yeah, I mean, 2 goals against Darien, the deficit is still not the worst thing, but of course, you know, if they can get it within 1, that'll be a big boost for these guys going into the third quarter.
And the shot is wide of the far post by John Mathis. Just a sophomore is Mathis. Bright future in the orange and white. Big shot by Carpenter as he lets it rip. Didn't mean to step on you there, Kev, but you're absolutely right. Collins with a huge save. And that will do it for the end of the first half. Darien up 7-5 here at beautiful Tiger Hollow on a not so beautiful day. We've got ourselves a good one as the players take a break for half. We are going to take a break, and we will be back on the DAF Media Network.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops and 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA, to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back live here on the DAF Media Network at the half. Darien up 7-5. We've got about 4 minutes remaining in the halftime. And we're going to take a look back here at some of the action from the first half of this one. Damian Andrew alongside Kevin Seiler. And Kev, a big start to the game. Darien, as Joyce rips it in the back of the net. Take another look at that shot.
Yeah, saw a lot of outside shots early in the game. Here, Weston Carpenter, you know, we saw him have a couple nice looks at that angle. It looks like Sean Collins might have the read on him now. He made a couple saves later in the game on a similar shot, but again.
Strong left-handed shot by Carpenter. Here's Darien again. Nice save that time by Daniel Parson. And this one, as we mentioned in the first half, back and forth.
Right.
Great job here by our production crew with all these replays. This was a one-goal game or a tie game for much of the first half. And there's Somi on the run. Blasts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, and you'll see Ridgefield's kind of playing a little bit tight on the defensive end, playing very close to the crease. So look for an adjustment early in this game for some earlier slides to come out, help out Dan Parsons a little bit.
That was Raymond Dirth, the goal there for Ridgefield. Big shot by Dirth as we take a look at that from another angle.
It's a great shot. And again, you saw Sean Collins have a little bit of trouble with that low bounce shot early in the game, but I think he kind of recovered really well towards the end of the half. And yeah, again, you're not seeing the slides come very early from Ridgefield, which is giving the Darien offense a good opportunity. Getting some good looks against a really talented goalie in Dan Parsons. And again, some nice outside shots by Ridgefield.
There's Somi, the bounce shot in. Somi and Joyce both with big first halves. There's another nice save by Daniel Parson. You can tell why he's headed to Bucknell after his senior season.
Yeah, some nice transition offense.
And here's Picorni, and the save by Parson.
Yeah, he's had a lot of big saves in the first half, and this was off that power play.
Great job by our DAF media production crew bringing us that melt reel of the first half highlights. Terrific job. Our executive producer, Brendan Ross, our director, Ben Olson, our instant replay, Chris Eggs Benedict, camera 2, Luke Cini, and camera 1 doing a terrific job, Anna Sapio. And so we are now live at the half, 7-5 Darien, up 2 goals. Take a look at the Darien huddle. Damian Andrew alongside Kevin Seiler. So glad you could be with us for this DAF Media Network broadcast of high school varsity boys lacrosse. And we have a good one this afternoon on a dreary day here in Ridgefield as the Blue Wave lead the Tigers 7-5. This is the one thing about these rivalries, Kevin. You can speak to this. I mean, good, healthy rivalries. I mean, it doesn't take much for a Ridgefield team to get up to play Darien or vice versa.
No, yeah, I mean, in the FCIAC, you have so much competition, a lot of great rivalries. Greenwich, Ridgefield, New Canaan, all of these have been long-standing rivals of Darien, and each team always has a very talented roster year after year. So it produces a lot of great lacrosse. Much like we've seen in this first half of this game, some great offense on both sides. Really exciting lacrosse game. So very excited to see how both teams respond. Ridgefield down a couple goals, but and see if Darien can keep the pressure on, maintain this lead.
You've been removed now about 5 years from your high school playing days, but I would imagine when you see games like this, great competition, high level of lacrosse, you got to miss it maybe just a little bit.
Definitely. I mean, even just watching the warm-ups of the Darien Ridgefield teams, it made me definitely miss being out there. These games are just so fun to be a part of. You see both towns showing out, giving these guys some great support. It's just really exciting stuff. So I'm sure these guys are excited to get underway here.
So we are about ready to start the second half. D'Antrone and Strube at the face-off X. Ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by D'Antrone, lost. And Strube comes away with it as he weaves through traffic and brings it across midfield. Darien will possess the ball first in their offensive area into the box, and we are ready to start things here in the second half. Just underway, 7-5 Darien in front, the Blue Wave in black, moving from left to right on your screen. Ridgefield in white, moving from right to left. The lights are on here now at Tiger Hollow. It is overcast and dark, and I don't think it's even 5 o'clock yet, but it's just 5:02. So we're an hour into things here. but the light's needed. It's going to get dark quick tonight. And a big goal here as Darien strikes first. Hudson Picorni scores. And the Blue Wave have their biggest lead of the game. Take another look at this Picorni goal.
Yeah, again, it's a really nice dodge by Hudson Picorni, but you're seeing Ridgefield's just really lacking in their slide packages. You know, one-on-one, you'd think that someone's going to slide there once Hudson Picorni makes that move over the top of the crease, but as you can see, you know, the Darien's offense is pretty spread out, dragged those guys out, and it, you know, kind of left him hanging there on an island with Picorni.
He really had once he got past his defender, had a wide open look at the cage.
Yeah, right. So definitely, you know, I'll be looking for Ridgefield to make an adjustment on that end of the field and, you know, try and put some pressure on these guys with some double teams.
Here's Strube. Tanner Strube. Don't call me a Fogo as he scores off possession there. And Darien up 4 goals now as we're going to take another look at this Strube goal.
Yeah, second goal of the day for Strube. Not very typical for a Fogo, but, you know, he's taking advantage of these fast break opportunities, and he's had some really nice clean face-off wins, which are, you know, providing with some opportunities.
And so we are back at X, Dientrone and Strube. 9-5 is Darien, much like last week against Greenwich, comes out fast here in the second half.
Yeah, and that's why Darien's so dangerous. I mean, they have the potential to just go on these incredible runs, you know, especially with Strube at the face-off X, giving him possession after possession. You know, it can be hard to stop the momentum. So we'll see how Ridgefield responds here on defense.
Again, the FCIAC tournament starts next week. Darien will finish the regular season against Trinity Catholic. And a nice save that time by Daniel Parson, the junior goalie from Ridgefield. And the Tigers on the move here across midfield as they go to work on offense. They set up shop and reset. It looked like Dearth might try to get off a shot in transition there, but they pull it out.
Yeah, I think that was a smart play. You know, the possession's more important than taking that shot on the run. You know, so we'll see if they can get settled here, draw something up.
If you were Roy Colsey, what are you looking to do here offensively? Obviously, you got to win possession, but to chip away now at this 4-goal deficit.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they had a lot of success early in the first half. I don't think they necessarily need to change a whole lot on the offensive end. I think it's going to be more of a possession game. The face-off X is going to be incredibly important. Ground balls, you know, being able to take advantage of, you know, when the ball goes on the ground. You know, we'll see what they're able to do here. But, again, they had a lot of success in the first half. See Weston Carpenter.
So Ridgefield being patient here, and just as I say that, they nearly turn it over. The ball stays with the Tigers, however, as they get it back. Flag is down on the turf. A shot, and it's deflected.
Yeah, so that was a slash. It's going to be a 1-minute penalty on Darien.
So Ridgefield with a man up here. A golden opportunity for the Tigers early in the second half.
Absolutely. Had a little bit of trouble on the man up in that first half, so we'll see if they can draw something up here, you know, take advantage of this big opportunity.
I want to give a quick shout out to a gentleman standing to my right who just entered the booth, Dave Rudin of the ever popular Rudin Report, on hand to cover this one, and why wouldn't he be here? Biggest game of the weekend. 2 of the real heavyweights in the FCIAC, Varsity Boys Lacrosse, Darien and Ridgefield. 9-5 right now. Blue Wave up and on the man advantage. Or I'm sorry, down a man, Ridgefield on the man advantage. Shot is wide of the near post by Carpenter. Ball stays with the Tigers. Kevin, the rain has stayed away pretty much throughout this game, but you kind of get the feeling that at any point the skies
a little bit overcast.
Skies could open up.
Looks a little daunting, but hopefully it'll hold off for 2 more quarters here.
I was going to ask you. I drove up here from the city actually, and in a driving rain, how much of a factor is a heavy rain in a game?
Oh, it's a huge factor. You're talking about sticks throw differently. The ball plays faster on the field. You're slipping. Lacrosse is such a fast game. Having that wet traction on the field can be very difficult. So it definitely opens up the game. Usually a lot more turnovers, a little more frantic. But so far, both teams have been lucky, and it's led to some really poised, controlled lacrosse today.
Nice defense that time by Darien. There's Mathis. Ryan Darby doing a nice job on Mathis. Out to Carpenter. Nice move.
Nice inside roll. It's a good shot. And again, Ridgefield, it's good to see that they're maintaining their poise and control. Halfway through the third quarter, they're down by 4 goals, but by lacrosse standards, that's not a huge deficit. So they don't need to be pushing things, forcing balls in the middle. So good looking out for them.
That was Dawson Muller on that nice take to the cage. Here he is again with possession. Nice look. Carpenter wide open, far side, and he buries it.
Yeah, so it looks like Darien tried to double the ball there a little quick. Left a wide open look on that right wing. So you'll see here, trying to double Mathis. He does a great job swinging the ball back around, able to finish in that top left corner. It's good offense by Ridgefield.
So 6:11 remaining in the third quarter.
And it looks like the rain is starting to come down a little bit now, just as we were talking about it, of course.
We're prognosticators,
yeah,
huh?
Exactly.
How about that? And the umbrellas are up.
Yeah, so far just a light rain. Hopefully it'll stay like this.
There's Strube, takes it all the way himself.
Almost with the hat trick there.
Yep. Tanner Strube, nice effort that time. He'll head off the field now. The umbrellas are out now as we've got a light rain coming down here at Tiger Hollow. Great facility. Want to thank everybody from Ridgefield, the athletic department, especially athletic director Dane Street, for allowing us to live stream from this just gorgeous facility here on the Ridgefield High School campus. Nice save by Parson. We've seen him a couple of times in this game make some really nice saves from point blank.
Yep. You saw in that halftime highlight reel, he came up with some really big saves.
And nice defense that time by Darien as Collins clears it.
Good ride.
And a good ride by Ridgefield, and they regain possession.
Yeah, but I mean, Parsons been a huge factor today, and on that play there, big save, led to a ground ball, fast break situation, led to a big opportunity on offense. So he's doing a great job. This is Raymond Durth taking it over. We got Weston Carpenter again with this look over the top.
So Ridgefield moving around the perimeter here.
Yeah, and again, Ridgefield taking their time, you know, in no rush, led them to being able to score a goal, reduce the deficit. So, you know, they're not changing anything regardless of the score.
So the Tigers slowing things down. Muller gets off a big shot. The rebounded by Weston Carpenter. And a great save that time by Sean Collins. Sean Collins continues to impress between the pipes.
Yeah, and Dawson fell in the crease, you know, on that take, so it's going to go back to Darien. But a great look. Sean Collins had a little help from the pipe there.
Kev, while we have a second, we'd be remiss if we did not give a shout out to all the mothers out there. Obviously, big
absolutely.
weekend. Happy Mother's Day tomorrow to all the mothers watching this DAF media broadcast of Varsity Boys Lacrosse. Enjoy your special day tomorrow. Hopefully the weather cooperates a little bit better than it is today. And it seems like it's about 7 o'clock outside, but it's only about 5:15. But the lights are on here at Tiger Hollow, and the rain is coming.
Henry Feifel with a nice look.
As we take another look at this Darien goal by Jack Joyce. And we're going to take a look at the rain as you can see it coming down there. Great shot that time. Great shot, I should say, by Luke Cini, showing us what the weather looks like here in Ridgefield. A dreary day. So it's 10-6. Darien back up 4 goals, and Tanner Strube wins possession.
Yep, another clean win by Strube.
Kevin, you've seen him now a couple of times this season. Tanner Strube has had a lot of success at Face-Off X. What have you noticed that has allowed him to have that success?
Absolutely. I mean, he's had a great year, and like we were talking about last game, the face-off position has just become so incredibly important. And really, he's just so quick off that draw. He does a great job of, you know, clamping down, popping the ball up, getting the clean win. It's led to him having 2 goals today. Ridgefield hasn't done, you know, a great job respecting him as he comes down the field, but, you know, he's doing a great job for this team, and it's certainly a big contributor to success.
The bounce shot by Jackson Peters rings true, and Darien is up 5 goals now, 11-6 here, 2:05 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Here's Peters.
Yeah, so nice roll dodge off the defense. Again, with the bounce shot, it's been pretty successful for both teams today, so great finish.
And had an open look between those 2 defenders, really, after the nice roll dodge.
We got a face-off violation on Strube, so Raymond Dirth is going to pick it up. See if Ridgefield can create some offense here.
Want to give a quick shout out also to the entire Ferguson family watching this DAF media live stream from the comfortable confines of their homes. And the Blue Waves starting to assert themselves here in this one. And the nice stop. And here comes Darien going the other way. Tyler Strube. Ball's on the ground. And it's picked up by Bruce Ferguson. And here's Brian Minikis as the Darien offense goes back to work. Now, you know Coach Braemeier better than most. 1:10 left in the 3rd quarter. You're up 5 goals. Do you take the foot off the accelerator a little bit here, or do you still look for opportunities on offense?
I don't think so. Knowing Coach Braymeyer, you know, having played under him for several years, I think he's just going to keep pushing the ball. They're not going to slow up. You know, I don't think that's something he'll really take into consideration until, you know, the latter part of this game, if they're still maintaining, you know, a 5 goal or more deficit. But right now, I think it's just business as usual. They're just going to keep pushing the ball. I don't think they'll be looking to take the brakes off, and you'll see there Jack.
That was Jack Joyce with the left-handed shot, and the ball stays with Darien. Damian Andrew, Kevin Seiler joining you this afternoon. Varsity boys lacrosse, Logan McGovern double teamed here. He's on the ground, and the ball's on the ground. And we've got a whistle, and we've got a hold against Ridgefield. And a nice save that time.
And we got a flag down. Looks like might have been a late hit on Somi.
And we've got a break in the action right now. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back on the DAF Media Network. We are back live on the DAF Media Network. As you can see there, the rain coming down here at Tiger Hollow on the campus of Ridgefield High School. Darien Blue Wave up 11-6. If you think the weather is lousy out today, well, last week, Darien played St. Anthony's
up and down.
on the campus of Darien.
It is pouring on the field right
Kevin
now.
Seiler, you weren't here
Really
for this
strange
one. How
rainfall.
about
It's
this?
almost
sideways.
It's almost a bit of a snow.
I mean, that's about as bad as it can get during a lacrosse game.
It's hard to see what's going on in the field. There's a loose ball. Darien has the ball.
So Darien definitely used to playing in this.
This is pretty amazing now. Blake Somi in transition, making his way down. And a goal.
Score a goal.
Joyce.
Transition.
This is what I'm talking about. Take a look at the Darien bench. Just what this weather can do. Brings the intensity of the game up.
Yeah, and the weather just lousy that day. It actually started out a beautiful afternoon at Darien High School at the Center Oval, which is the place Coach Braymeyer loves to play. Such an intimate atmosphere there. And it was a good one. Both teams had fans watching this one. And 11-10, as you alluded to, Darien holds on to win against a very good, nationally ranked St. Anthony's team. And this one's been a little bit steadier, the rain today. That just came out of nowhere in that St. Anthony's game. And luckily for DAF Media, we didn't lose all of our equipment.
Yeah, we're able to recover.
So far we're down just one piece of equipment, but we got lucky that day as we were not expecting that as it started raining sideways. And
again, nice save by Parsons on the crease.
The St. Anthony's announcer who was with us for that game, was with myself and Jack Book, made the comment, "It's like Auntie M out there." So it was something out of the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, it was a little bit of like a flash hurricane.
And as Coach Braymeyer said afterwards, what a unbelievable finish and atmosphere to that game. So 11-6, Darien in front, and we are just underway here in the fourth quarter. While I have a quick minute, I just want to give a shout out to my three sons who are joining me here in Ridgefield this afternoon, Aiden, Dylan, and Logan.
And Ridgefield here does a good job killing that penalty, so we're all even.
So both teams at full strength, and here we go. Final 10:45 of the game. Tigers got to go here, down 11-6. Still plenty of time. And a nice stop that time by Sean Collins. Wow. Makes a nice save.
Yeah, and again, I think that was a shot that gave him a little bit of trouble in the first quarter, but he made a really great adjustment. He's done a great job stuffing those low bounce shots in the second quarter and now second half.
The lights on, the rain coming down here in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Most people with umbrellas, but some people, they don't seem to mind the rain.
Some true lacrosse
True
fans.
lacrosse fans. And of course, Kevin, I know you'll be paying attention to the college lacrosse scene right now. Big time of year for college lacrosse.
Absolutely.
Center stage for the Division I, II, and III programs.
Yeah, started the first round of the NCAA tournament just this afternoon, earlier today. So got to watch a little bit of the games before heading up.
Nice save that time by Parson. And as I said in the first half, you can see why Ridgefield head coach Roy Colsey so high on the junior goalie who is headed to Bucknell. One of the great high school goalies in Darien's program history in attendance this afternoon here in Ridgefield. Happened to see Ryan Cornell, as I mentioned to you earlier, in the stands watching this one. 3-year varsity starter, All-American. He's up at the University of Vermont right now. Here's Carpenter. Gets off a shot. It's wide of the near post. Didn't get extension on that.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough angle, but
Yep.
again, Ridgefield time is winding down here, so they're trying to make some plays happen. So they're just gonna try and take any shot they can get.
Jackson Peters with possession on the near side of the field. And Darien sets up its offense here. We're a little bit down to a slow pace here, a little pedestrian pace.
Yep, I mean, I'm sure Darien on the offensive end, Coach Braemar is not going to be in a huge rush. Up 5 goals with 7:45 left in the quarter. Again, a great stop by Dan Parsons.
Yeah, Parson has played well this afternoon for Ridgefield despite the deficit. He's faced some tough shots. Near side of the field, ball scooped up by Weston Carpenter. And here's Chris Cousins into the box, and Ridgefield goes to work as they try to cut into this 5-goal Darien lead. It's been all Blue Wave in the second half, much as it was last week against Greenwich.
Yeah, and that's a nice check by Connor Olson. Caused the turnover.
And the rain is getting heavier here in Ridgefield. The JV game coming up after this one. And it's chilly. It's cold. The temperatures have dropped. Certainly we've had some beautiful weather in southwestern Connecticut the last week and a half, but not the case this afternoon in Ridgefield.
And again, Darien's just running the zero look here. Everyone's spread out, no one in the crease. They're just going to work the ball around, take some time off the clock.
And the shot high by Jack Joyce as it sails across the crossbar. I mentioned earlier this Ridgefield team comes into this game with just 3 losses, 9-1 in the FCIAC, 9-3 overall. They lost to Yorktown 8-1, lost to John Jay 12-9. So they play the Section 1 Powers in New York. Obviously, Coach Roy Colsey, a Yorktown High School alum, had a standout career there. And I was reading about Coach Colsey. He almost gave up on the sport early on, ended up not making the team his freshman year. And then it was kind of an aha moment for him, and he just went to work and got better. Ended up playing Division I college lacrosse at Syracuse. Obviously, Syracuse, one of the heavyweights in college lacrosse, certainly when Coach Colsey was there. And now he is the head coach of the Ridgefield Tigers and has done a fine job with this program.
You see Blake Somi working from up top here. Again, Darien in no rush. The shot from Henry Feifel just goes right over the cage. So Darien's done a good job maintaining possession, taking a couple minutes off the clock already.
Damian Andrew, Kevin Seiler joining you on the DAF Media Network. Varsity boys lacrosse action this afternoon from Ridgefield High School, Tiger Hollow. As I mentioned earlier, just a terrific facility. Here's Blake Somi, gets off a shot. Joyce and Somi, such powerful shots up top.
Yeah, I mean, this offense on Darien is just incredibly versatile. You have Brian Minikis, Logan McGovern, Jack Joyce, Blake Somi. I mean, all these guys are a threat from, you know, virtually anywhere on the field. So for the Ridgefield defense, certainly a tough task, but, you know, they've done a reasonably good job today keeping them under control.
Here's Minikis. Back to Corney. McGovern now. No, Minikis. Excuse me. Here's Joyce. Darien playing a little keep away here. As we're under 4 minutes remaining in the game, 11-6 Blue Wave. Up by 5. It was a back and forth game in the first half. As we mentioned, Kev, almost like a heavyweight fight. Punch, counter punch. And this second half has belonged to Darien.
Yeah, Darien's just done a great job maintaining possession. I mean, they haven't really given Ridgefield many opportunities on the offensive end to kind of reduce this deficit. So
here's Picorni. Wide of the far post. Wide of the far post, it'll stay with Darien.
Again, Darien's taken about, you know, a little over 3 minutes off the clock here. So I'm sure the shot clock will come into effect within 2 minutes, but Darien will try and run it down as much as they can.
Here's Joyce, Jackson Peters, and Darien in no hurry here with possession, up 5 goals. Somi.
And Darien's got the invert here, 2 shorties behind the goal on defense. So
Darien will head into the postseason trying to win a 5th straight conference title Ball sails out of bounds. It stays with the Blue Wave. You know, you talk about this winning streak of what is now 68 games.
You got a timeout by Coach Cosley.
And we have a timeout. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, a busy weekend in Darien and a busy weekend all across the country. A lot of college graduations.
Yeah.
And there's a look at the Wazinski family from Darien. Of course, Guy Wazinski has done a lot of great work for the DAF Media Network, and his daughter Liza graduating from Texas Christian University. Guy and his family, big Horned Frog fans. And the rain keeps coming here in Ridgefield, so I want to give a shout out to the Wazinskis. Congratulations to Liza. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there watching this DAF media broadcast as the rain is coming down even harder here in Ridgefield. Overcast day. Great shot that time right there by Luke Cini. And again, a shout out to our entire DAF media production crew, our executive producer, Brendan Ross, Eggs Benedict on instant replay. Our director is Ben Olson. Camera 1, Anna Sapio, and camera 2, our ISO camera, is Luke Cini, and doing a tremendous job. And we are back to live action here. Coming off the timeout. Darien up 11-6.
And a nice takeaway by Ridgefield. They're going to push it upfield. Looks like a violation, so ball's going to go back to Darien. Oh, but a quick turnover.
And Kev, I've just been told, rain or shine, tomorrow the annual Darien High School Varsity Football Car Wash will take place at the high school. Rain or shine. If you don't have a ticket, you can buy one tomorrow. And that, I believe, is 9 to 1 tomorrow at Darien High School. So here we go, time running out on the Ridgefield Tigers, down 5 goals, under 2 minutes remaining in the game.
So Ridgefield's going to come out, double the ball. Dan Parsons will probably come out of the net here, play a little defense, see if they can get a quick turnover. Nice grab there by Noah Isaacson. It looks like Ridgefield's actually offside right now. See if the refs caught it. So ball's going to go back to Darien to try and kill out the last 38 seconds here.
So again, Kevin, a tale of two halves. I mean, Darien certainly played well in the first half, but Ridgefield was right there with them. And then in the second half, though, all Blue Wave, as they are going to roll to their 69th straight win.
Yeah, I mean, pretty incredible. Darien obviously proving to be quite the second half team. Has had some, back-to-back really great performances. And, Ridgefield obviously a very talented contender within the FCIAC. So hats off to both teams. It was, competitive game for, quite a while. Darien was able to pull away with it, towards the back end, but strong performance by both sides.
So Darien goes on to win 11-6, an impressive second half performance. And let me just get your final thoughts, Kevin Seiler, on this one. I mean, obviously, as we just alluded to, Darien came out with a certain level of energy in the second half of this game and were able to really assert themselves on a game Ridgefield squad.
Yeah, no, I think Darien's just really able to keep that momentum rolling. They, did a great job in the first half. It was obviously much more competitive, closer score, but Darien was able to, build off that 2-goal deficit and, at the end of the second quarter and keep pushing it into, the third and fourth quarter, and eventually ended up winning the game 11-6. So hats off to both teams. Saw a lot of good things on both sides of the field, but, ultimately Darien did the, better job today.
Kevin Seiler, want to thank you. Great job as always. This is becoming a lot of fun, the two of us on these DAF media broadcasts. Kevin Seiler, of course, Darien class of 2013. All-state senior year, correct?
Yeah, all-state senior year. That's right.
You can't say that enough, Kevin Seiler.
No, yeah. Keep saying that on the broadcast. Let's get that out there.
Colby, graduate as well, as we take a look at the teams shaking hands near midfield on the far side of the turf here at Tiger Hollow. Great facility here in Ridgefield. I want to thank, again, Ridgefield Athletic Director Dane Street for allowing us to broadcast from this fine facility here on the campus of Ridgefield High School. It was a big day yesterday for the Darien High School softball team. It's been a struggle at times this season for the Blue Wave and head coach Nick DeMeo, but a terrific program, and they clinched a spot in the state tournament. So the Darien Blue Wave softball team clinching a spot in the state tournament. Live from the campus of Darien High School, it's varsity softball on the DAF Media Network this afternoon in the FCIAC. It's the Darien Blue Wave at home against the West Hill Vikings. That's a strike as Perrone heads down to second. The throw is high, and Haley King will score on the overthrow. Phones, slight breeze here at Darien. Fagerstrom hits it deep to center field, over the center fielder's head, and that'll score another run for Darien. Isachi Smalls up to bat, pop fly.
That is exactly what she did.
The runner tags and the runner scores as Fagerstrom tags and scores from third on the sac fly to shallow right center field by Smalls. And that's strike three as DeLeo swings and misses. It's that play with ease, or he made it look easy. Ground ball up the middle, and West Hill has its first run of the afternoon with 2 away as Annalise Fishkill, the right fielder, with a hard-hit ground ball up the middle, back up the box. So West Hill gets on the board with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Grace Carras at the plate as Gentile heads down to second. Perrone goes to home, and she's in there. So Cortell throws down to second to try to get Gentile, and Perrone with a heads-up play as she takes off for home, and she is in there, and it's 4-1 Darien. Base hit up the middle. Gentile is being waved home, and she will score easily on the base hit. Again, Darien wins 5-1, beating West Hill on Senior Day. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care. We are back live here on the DAF Media Network, taking a look at our DAF Media production crew. Ben Olson, our director, Brendan Ross, our executive producer. There's Chris Eggs Benedict with the Giant sweatshirt on, our instant replay coordinator. Luke Cini is in there, did a terrific job on our ISO camera, camera 2, and of course our camera 1 operator, Anna Sapio, did a tremendous job bringing us all the visuals and sounds from this game. Again, Darien beats Ridgefield 11-6. For Kevin Seiler, I am Damian Andrew. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Have a great night, everybody. Happy Mother's Day.